Well, hello and welcome to our Bible study time. It's good to be with you today. Hope things are going well. Um, Remind you where we're at is Abraham finally has Isaac. Abraham and Sarah finally have Isaac, and in that process, let's not forget that when Hagar ran away, that an angel redirected her, said, "Go back," and I don't know if we could say something. Somehow this mess of a family was holding on somehow. It's been 13 years. Ishmael's lived with Abraham in his camp, and Hagar's lived there in submission to Sarah, which the angel said to do. So she's responding to the angel of the Lord saying, "Go back and submit to Sarah." We know that after her return, though Hagar is no longer Sarah's trusted handmaiden. Um, if you have your Strong's Concordance with you, it's word 8189 or 8198. And it's called shifka is the word for a trusted servant, and in the feminine. And so, if you remember, Eleazar was Abraham's right hand man, and remember Abraham was saying, "Hey, my right hand man," which is great, but he's going to be one that gets inheritance because I don't have any children. Well, Hagar was that to Sarah, but she's no longer that. Once she returns back from running away from all the kerfuffle that's going on there, her name kind of changes from Ha'amah is the Hebrew word. It's a slave woman, a bond woman, and so kind of she's been downgraded. She's no longer this trusted confidant. And with the birth of Isaac, however, everything changes. Ishmael didn't respond very well to this newcomer who's 13 years his junior. And while Ishmael couldn't do any harm to his younger brother Isaac because he was in Mama's arms, things started to change once Isaac was weaned. And Ishmael began to start the abuse towards Isaac, and scriptures tell us this, and it's in Genesis 21, verses 8 and 9. The child grew and was weaned. Abraham made a great feast on the day that Isaac was weaned. But Sarah saw the son Hagar, the Egyptian, had borne to Abraham, scoffing. The Hebrew word in scriptures to describe what Sarah saw Hagar do, if you remember Isaac Yitzchak, I'm pronouncing it best I can, it uses that word with scoffing. You just put the mem letter, the Hebrew letter mem, in front of it, memshak. And so when Yitzchak means laugh, this is, if you remember way back, we used to study the Hebrew letters and what the pictures meant for each letter. Mem is a continuous waves. There's lots of waves coming in. And so you add to laughter the waves that are coming in, and you get, I think you get an ugly kind of idea here that this idea of being sporting laughter, just being making fun of, and it's appropriate to be called scoffing. And the idea here is a continuous way that it keeps coming. It keeps coming. It gets progressively worse. It escalates, and it's an act of what I would guess is hatred and eventually violence. Well, Sarah saw what was unfolding. She recognized where this was heading, and she realized that too much was at stake to allow this to continue, this scoffing to just keep on going and going, where it would get worse and worse and worse to a point somebody was going to get hurt. So Genesis 21 verse 10, Sarah steps up like any mom would do and says, "Drive away this slave," she uses the word bondservant here. Together with her son, the son of this slave, this bondwoman, will not share the inheritance with my son Isaac. And that's Genesis 21:10 again. In the course of Ishmael's interaction with a much younger Isaac. Sarah saw saw something I guess only a mom could see. She saw that the compromising arrangement under which she, Abraham, and Hagar, and Ishmael, and Isaac had lived up to this point was not going to work out. It wasn't going to work out anymore. This compromising agreement under which she and Abraham had tried to live in Egypt and Gerar weren't working out. This is not going to work out. And she saw that the development, the training, and security of Isaac, the chosen seed of God, required that some drastic actions take place and take place soon. And though it would, maybe I guess you'd say, wouldn't be considered politically correct, Sarah knew that a permanent, forced separation was the best thing that could happen for, I think, both families, even for Hagar and Ishmael. If Ishmael would have stayed, somebody was going to get hurt. If not killed, something had to give. Critical choices had to be made, and someone had to go, and that's where we are today. And we'll continue next week when Sarah makes this proclamation that we've looked at here. God visits Abraham, and they begin to sort things out. And we'll talk about that next week. Well, I hope things are going well, and life's treating you super, and I hope you're just living in the joy of the Lord, looking at all His creation, those things around you, the beauty of the mountains for some of you, the beauty of Eastern Europe for some of you, and whatever it may be. Just go out and enjoy a tree today. God makes some beautiful trees. Well, love you. You take care. See you later. Bye now.